Hi, Sandra Wilson here, clinical hypnotherapist, and I've been asked if I work with other conditions aside from trichotillomania, and of course yes I do. I wanted to just make a video about a very similar condition called dermatillomania, which is when you pick your skin, and it belongs to the same family, I guess, as trichotillomania, and the umbrella term, I believe, is body-focused repetitive behaviours, and it can include nail biting, chewing the inside of your mouth, as well as hair pulling and skin picking. There may be a few others as well. I've had a sudden brain freeze. So skin picking, and it can be just as devastating, just as annoying, and some people will pick the skin in very visible places like the face. So you might notice that, you might get a little spot or something that doesn't feel quite like it fits in, and you are very tempted to pick it. And it can be quite complex. Oftentimes it can feel like you have absolutely no control over it. And I sometimes think using the word habit is a little misleading, because there are so many habits that are so easy to change when you set an intention to change them, and eventually the new behaviour after some repetition will become habitual and ingrained. But why is a habit like skin picking so hard to change? And what is it that drives it? Why do you keep doing it? Especially if you have got very sore fingers because all the skin has been ripped off and it's painful. You might have been bleeding as a result of it. Why would you continue to pick at your face when you know that people might notice, and a lot of people feel shame, and you might spend a lot of time trying to hide the scars, hide the marks beneath makeup? So why on earth do you continue with it if it really is just a habit? I think the answer often lies in exploring the emotional drivers. And when I say that, what I mean is, what emotion is it that you are either trying to distract yourself from, or what emotion is it that you are trying to feel? Now, some people that I've worked with say it can help them feel present, it can help them feel grounded, and it's quite soothing. But is that, is this, the kind of scarring and the soreness and the shame of going out in public with all those marks worth it for just a feeling of soothing? So there's obviously something a little deeper going on. Why do you keep repeating it, especially if it's been going on long term? Something within this behaviour is benefiting you in some way, but it just isn't obvious. And at the point when you discover what that benefit is, then it might give you a clue into how to stop permanently. And it's not uncommon for these body-focused repetitive behaviours to show up in people who have other conditions like chronic anxiety, obsessive compulsive disorder, PTSD, complicated grief, ADHD, other types of neurodiversity. Not necessarily all the time, but it's really common. So something about the repetition, the urge to pull or pick, whether that's your skin, your hair, biting the inside of your mouth or whatever, gives you something. Otherwise you would not be doing it. And sometimes it's quite helpful to maybe look at times when you haven't been doing it. What was different, even if it's very subtly different? What was different about the times when you weren't doing it? It might be that your circumstances were different. It might be that maybe you just believed that you could cope better with whatever challenge or the absence of challenge even. I don't know. Really, it's so hard to predict, and it's hard to say exactly what's going on because you and your subconscious mind are very different to someone else's. So often it is very important to find some quiet time and just have a real think about what lies beneath the surface. Sometimes therapy can help. Sometimes reaching out to other people who have the same condition can help. But really think about this. If you really wanted to stop, if you were so ashamed, fed up, frustrated, embarrassed, that you really wanted to stop but you just haven't, then chances are there is something that your mind is picking up on that is a strong benefit. Does that make sense? Otherwise you just wouldn't be doing it. So I hope that's helped, and I will be back with more content. Bye for now.